so much. Thank you, Chair.
Advocate Sello, it may be that it's two documents. Maybe that letter on 2438 may help us, because then she should provide that entire bundle.
I agree, Commissioner Khumalo. Advocate Johnson, did you have the point that Commissioner Khumalo makes? There is a letter in the files regarding proceeding with the prosecution, and it is a letter from the prosecutor confirming what was submitted to the prosecutor and the position assumed by IDAC in respect of this intended prosecution. Commissioner Khumalo suggests that much as you reference a specific document in paragraph 30, it could potentially be a series of documents that speak to the issue. And to the extent that that is the case, to please provide all the documents and not only confine yourself to the specific document referenced in paragraph 30. So it may be 1, 2, or 5 documents, and basically the request is to provide all.
Advocate Johnson, it's correspondence dated 25 June 2025, and the Acting Director of Public Prosecutions references your correspondence dated 24 June 2025. And then annexed to that was the consultation note, and I guess the memorandum, or maybe it's the same thing, consultation note and the memorandum. And then he says, having considered the contents of all this documentation, so I'm assuming it's not just one document, then says, I'm satisfied that a prima facie case has been made out, and then I concur with your decision, and I'm assuming there would be a decision of yours recorded in some document. So it would be those documents, because that would complete that paragraph 30 of your statement. Can you just make a note in your file? It will be in file 6 on page 2438.
Thank you, Commissioner Khumalo. Advocate Johnson has duly made a note of that.
I have made a note, and there's no objection to them being provided. They actually do just form, they're not a different set, they form a set. It's writing a letter to the DPP saying this is what I attach, this is the purpose, and then you send that through, and then you get this response, Commissioner Khumalo, that you referred to.
Thank you. We may then, I think, now go on to your paragraph 31 at page 10, and you can take your statement from there.
Thank you, Commissioners. Paragraph 31. When I joined the Investigating Directorate, ID, predecessor to the IDAC, there were already several complex fraud and corruption matters in place. These matters implicated very senior members of SAPS in alleged criminality. This was especially so in the supply chain management unit of the SAPS. Some of these matters were enrolled in various courts. 32. The accused in those matters included, amongst others, then Acting National Police Commissioner General Mkhwanazi, General Ngwenya, who was our first black female Deputy National Police Commissioner in the SAPS, and also at the time, the wife of Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibia, General Nematunzela, who was the head of analysis at Crime Intelligence, and various other very senior SAPS officials.
Before you proceed, I think for my understanding, when you submitted this statement, you were responding to specific Rule 3 issued by the Commission. Of what relevance is the contents of paragraph 32 to that Rule 3? You don't say anything about that beyond this point, So just to check what point you were seeking to put across.
So it is to indicate that IDAC had other matters that it was investigating against senior members of the South African police, which matters I found were already within that space when I arrived, and that those matters related to the supply chain management issues, and that the officials mentioned in 32 are of the officials that were charged in the various courts on these matters.
And just to be clear, are the facts arising from any of those matters or investigations conducted in those matters, do they have any impact on what you have been dealing with, which is the arrest of General Khumalo in the current matter?
No, it was just merely to indicate that there were other matters of also senior police officials within the SAPS environment.
Understood. Thank you. We may then go to your paragraph E.
Paragraph E, other issues raised by Mkhwanazi. 33. Mkhwanazi also testified, that is General Mkhwanazi, also testified IDAC sought to get involved in matters involving syndicates in Gauteng. He is incorrect on the submission. 34. He alleges that he doesn't understand why IDAC was getting involved in the matters of Molefe and Matlala, as this was dealt with by the PKTT and Gauteng organized crime. 35. IDAC is not involved in any investigation relating to Molefe. With regards Vusimuzi, in inverted commas, Cat Matlala, Matlala in brackets, IDAC's only interest arose out of a Section 27 referral from SAPS with regards the unlawful awarding of a tender to his company, Medicare 24, and allegations of collusion and corruption with Matlala and some SAPS officials. IDAC did get cyber search warrants for the cell phones and electronic devices of Matlala. These were presented to IDAC by a Lieutenant Colonel Khumalo. The data was downloaded in his presence, and he left with the devices. The information is sought in relation to the tender matter.
Before we leave paragraph 35, insofar as Mr. Matlala's case is concerned, do I understand you correctly that that was triggered by a different Section 27 referral received from SAPS? It's not the Section 27 referral that we've been discussing received from Mr. Adams.
That is correct.
This is a different one.
It is a Section 27 referral entirely based only on allegations against Matlala, irregular awarding of a contract, Medicare 24. And there it is from someone completely different and does not relate to the ones we've been discussing, or the one we've been discussing about Mr. Adams.
On the basis of what we discussed regarding paragraph 32, where you introduce other cases, General Pashani and them, for the sake of completeness, are you able to provide the Commission with that particular Section 27 referral? So we too can have the benefit of a full picture of the matters that IDAC is dealing with insofar as SAPS is concerned. May I add that Section 27 affidavit to the list of documents that IDAC will be providing to the Commission, hopefully by tomorrow morning?
Not for not wanting to help the Commission. I will just ask for a quick engagement once we're done with these affidavits, just with my counsel, in terms of this matter, which is in court at the moment, and for which I think, though, if you deal with it, Advocate Selo.
Yes, ma'am.
On the basis of how you've dealt with the other 27 and the status of where that case is vis-a-vis where the Khumalo matter is, then we would have to disclose the Section 27. I think the logic follows. I just hope I'm making logical sense that on the basis of the one, I'm trying to find where the preclusion would be given the status of where these two matters currently lie.
May I suggest this? That there are two issues you are raising. One is availing a document to the Commission, and the second is the treatment of that document by the Commission in open hearing. Those are two distinct issues. I'm still on the first. So I'm not sure I understand why you would want to confer with your counsel about providing the Section 27 referral you reference here. Would that potentially be a challenge?
It's
and
not.
If so, what would be the challenge?
It's not the providing.
And I distinguished that from how then, after receipt, the Commission engages with that particular document.
Correct.
Yes.
It is just to engage on how the Commission would deal with the document.
But the document shall be provided. Is that where we'll end?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I think your second request is reasonable. You can confer with your counsel, and to the extent that it is necessary, he and I will engage on such matters. By the time we appear before the commissioners on that particular document, we will have hopefully a common position.